April 25th. Since you are thankfully here, grab a coffee and let's get smarter together. In a move along the lines of if you can't beat them, join them, I shall talk today about immunity, but I will do so with an eye on Uber explorers, for reasons. Let's recap the science of exploration versus exploitation and problem solving. Naturally, the explore-exploit balance in a collective is heavily tilted towards exploration because a random search is the ideal way to conduct any search, as known as secure the biggest payoff for the collective. The risk of exploring over exploiting, the risk to explore and fail at any given point is absorbed by the cooperation of a collective, the sharing. Cooperation here means the establishment of a permission structure, a system that secures that every member of a collective can go out and explore at any moment without fear that their basic needs aren't met, the sharing. To optimize humans for random searches, the human mind developed the way it did. A complex system that in every moment creates reality and the self from scratch from the small sliver of available data that is required to pursue the current specific goal in the current specific environment. To optimize the kind of cooperation that maximizes the success of random searches while minimizing the risk, humans developed the ability to communicate even abstract ideas via language about 200,000 to 70,000 years ago. This established, let's turn to when humans began to meddle with nature, never a good idea, and started standardization efforts. It happened at different times and at different places. Standardization represents an exploitation of existing knowledge. The more you exploit what exists, the less you can explore. While it might feel safer, as standardization tries to eliminate uncertainty, it favors people who remain on the level of a social self, who form their opinions by assimilating them from the group mind, the standards. People on this level haven't yet understood that they have agency over their own beliefs, over truth and lie, nor have they yet discovered that their identity and the world it interacts with is a self-generated construct that can be adjusted to the current needs by them. This hinders humans' problem-solving ability tremendously. It also deprives people of dopamine that is naturally released when we are curious and lean into uncertainty, what leads to mental health problems. Uber explorers originated as a counter-reaction to standardization efforts. To make a stand, they went to the other extreme and rejected any standards and exploitation of knowledge in their heroic societies. They focused on the unique and the new and demanded their right to only explore themselves and the worlds and ways they created. These people have no past and no future, only the present, because they will and later on must invent themselves and everything around them constantly anew to have any hope of being acknowledged as what they define themselves to be. That's the nature of exploration. An acceptance of constant change meant by nature to solve problems, to change perspectives and therefore see new things to solve problems. In an Uber explorer, the tool handed by nature to them, of course, becomes the chaos, thus rendering the tool almost useless. And this shift in the balance creates other problems as well. Exploitation was always part of the equation in activities like personal hygiene and food preparation, for example. The existence of an Uber explorer thus forces others to turn into Uber exploiters, living solely for the Uber explorer's right to be only just that. Something that people are not naturally inclined to do and need to be forced to do as any version of a slave. Uber explorers will also need to gather people around them who are ready to defend their right to be what they claim to be. Competitions between different Uber explorers for the limited number of people with this belief, retainers, easily developed from game-like contests, theatrical performances and hunts to generalized violence and war. But the point to take away here is Uber explorers per definition don't want to be associated with their self from a minute or a day or a year ago. They are someone else at every moment, so they see no reason to accept responsibility for anything in the past. It wasn't them. And that's the basis of their claim to universal immunity. While Uber explorers of our times, the elites, need to dial back their claim to be solely explorers with a right to keep anyone else from exploring for their own benefit. We all need to lean more often into uncertainty and explore the selves and worlds inside us. Also known as think. Problem solve. Make a habit out of thinking. Let's turn thinking into a movement. Like, comment, share, and follow lest you miss a single opportunity to improve yourself and society. And just like that, coffee break is over. See you next time.